Wright State University Irvin J. Nutter Center. Thank you, Wright State. And folks here for having us out. Logos.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the annual wheelchair basketball event. The local folks from the Miami Valley Association of Disabled Athletes are putting on a great game here. It's going to be held here at the Nutter Center. We're all excited, getting ready for tip-off. Their opponents are going to be the folks from the Orthopedic Center for Spinal and Pediatric Care. They're hosting this wheelchair game. It's a fundraising event. We are all the proceeds are going to the MVADA, the Miami Valley Association of Disabled Athletes. There'll be raffles and 50-50. We're getting ready for tip-off here. There's going to be doctors and nurses, probably not too used to being in the wheelchairs versus these wheelchair athletes. So I'm sure the folks in Vegas have set a line that's going to heavily favor the MVAD Raiders. There they go, the Dayton Raiders. They win the tip. The ball gets knocked away, and it goes out of bounds. It looks like it's going to remain with the athletes. Taking it inside the Raiders. Well, there's a whistle. No, you know what that is? That's just the folks that aren't used to being in wheelchairs. They're slow to respond, that I think the Raiders are having mercy on them. There's a pass down court, attempting a fast break, although I think that ball is going to just roll out of bounds and be given back to the Raiders. I'm not sure those doctors and nurses are feeling great about the volunteering that they decided to do here today. Right now, they're probably feeling, well, physically challenged. But nonetheless, the Raiders are going to inbound the ball. They're double-teamed there. Looks like it's a full-court press by the folks from the Spinal and Pediatric Care Center. But that press is broken pretty easily as the athletes bring the ball down the court. Justin passes the ball inside, just off the rim. It looks like that was Jessie attempting the shot, and the ball over the back of her head does one of the docs and nurses. They really look like they're fish out of water here as they try and defend the wheelchair athletes. These disabled athletes do put a lot of time and practice into that. Justin trying to he gets a rebound of his own pass there, hands it off to Jessie. Jessie looking to shoot, passes off to Justin. They're moving the ball around the court, looking for a little opening. There's a little deep. Oh, I think they're shooting at the wrong basket there. We're the Orthopedic Center. Now they're attempting to bring the ball across half court. Inside, the pass goes, but it does kind of dribble out of bounds underneath. The ref picks up the ball and will hand it back to the Dayton Raiders. I think Eric inbounding the ball. Justin seems to be kind of the point guard. Justin bring the ball up the floor across half court. He eyes it. Makes a nice inside move right to the basket and just misses the layup. That ball will go back to the Orthopedic Center for an inbound play, probably underneath the basket. We are pleased to be joined here by fans and friends alike at the Nutter Center here on the Wright State campus. Look at that wheelchair cam. You notice this right there's Jessie playing defense. The wheelchair cam capturing him up close and personal. A valiant attempt there by the orthopedic surgeons, but air ball. No score. Ball go back to the Raiders. Once again, Justin takes the inbound and moves the ball up the court. He's beating these guys up the floor every time. You can see how comfortable he is. He's a disabled athlete, and he knows his way around this court. He's eyeing. He dishes off, looking for it. His shot is up off the rim. Orthopedic Center rebounds and attempts to bring the ball up the floor. But again, out of bounds goes that errant pass. Justin, the leader of this team, brings that ball up, looking for the open man. Gets the play from his coach and calls it out. Jesse kind of get position there, catches the ball right inside. He's getting harassed from behind by one of the surgeons. He throws up a mess. Tom playing defense. The white shirts are trying to get it up the court, but once again, just unable to even get it across half court. We are scoreless here. First quarter. Justin taking the ball all the way up, right up. Just misses the layup. You got a little view of the wheelchair cam there that's on one of the white shirt chairs. The orthopedic surgeons were kind enough to let us put it. There, you're getting a great view of Jesse right there playing some D. Surgeons have moved it up into their front court for the first time. And it looks like it's stolen there. Pass is intercepted. Now there's a scrum for the ball. Stolen back by, just another miss. Couple of close range shots there by the Orthopedic Center folks and unable to convert. They're getting a couple of different chances at the basket, but they cannot seem to put the biscuit in the basket. And here come the Raiders up the court. That looks like Alex with the ball. He's moving it across half court. Moves it all the way in, hands it off. Up and in is the score. The first score of the game goes to the MVADA. 2-zip, they're pitching a shutout. 5 minutes to go here in the first. The docs who care for these various athletes are now getting a taste of what life is like for a disabled athlete, and they are seeing how difficult it is to coordinate their hand-eye coordination on the, and look at this, is probably their fourth or fifth shot at point-blank range. They cannot put that ball in. Looks like we got a stoppage in play. We're going to get some substitutes in. Looks like Coach Joe has brought in some of the other athletes to join the action. On the baseline, off the rim. Looks like one of the surgeons just, he took a fall there. He wasn't able to maintain his balance while sitting down. The Orthopedic Center folks the docs are trying to move the ball across the half court, but the ball is stolen by MVADA, the Dayton Raiders of MVADA, moving the ball up the floor. Kind of eyeing a three-pointer there, launches, and just off the mark. Docs get the rebound, but once again an errant pass. Oh boy, they got lucky there. The pass was not intended for that white shirt, but it's going to be a side out, as they say in volleyball. The Raiders advancing the ball up the court. The second team is in, but they don't seem to be missing a beat. They have control of the rock. Moving into the lane. Shot is up and just off the rim. The Docs just try and clear the pass, basically just giving it right back to the athletes. Moving it to the top of the key, looking for the open man. Moving along the baseline, right in. Hands it off. And the shot is just off the mark by, I think that's young Eric who just missed that. Just barely. Good effort. I'm giving you the first name of the folks on MVADA Dayton Raiders. Want to personalize it for them. We're just going to keep those Docs as the enemy white shirts. The shot is up and in from the baseline. That's a 4-0 score now for the MVADA Raiders. They look like they're going to dominate this team from the Orthopedic Center. The nurses and docs from that Spinal and Pediatric Care unit are in the chairs in the white shirts, and frankly, they are having a tough time moving that ball around and putting shots up, and even right there, wide open man, but the ball's off his hands and out of bounds, goes back to the disabled athletes team. Looked like that ball was just off Sebastian's hands. It still came in, and as they move it across half court, it looks like they have an opportunity here for a fast break as he moves it right into the lane. Oh, he just missed his opportunity. Point blank range. The Docs trying to move it up, and once again, the ball's going to dribble out of bounds off them and go back to the athletes from MVADA. Great event here. Here we are this fine Sunday, October 16th here, Wright State, Irvin Nutter Center on the campus of Wright State University. All the proceeds from today's games are going to go to the Miami Valley Association of Disabled Athletes, who continue to just make mincemeat of these orthodox who they may be able to walk, but they sure can't handle being in these chairs and around these athletes. Right into the lane, uncontested, goes this young athlete for another shot at the hoop. Up and just off the rim. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The Docs are advancing that ball up the floor, trying to, well, no, they completed a couple passes in a row. That's a new record. There's your wheelchair cam. That's right on the wheelchair of one of those Docs. There they are trying to, there's an air ball attempt. They still have not been able to muster up any points, have been the Orthopedic Center Docs. Inbounding the ball for MVADA and the Raiders. Stolen back by the Docs. It looks like they're going to attempt. Oh, but down. That's the second time that Doc has taken a spill. And unable to even get a shot off on that time up the floor. So the MVADA Raiders are going to take the ball back. They're going to inbound it on the side and effortlessly move the ball up the court once again. I think that's young Sebastian right there with the ball. He's moving it across half court. He's eyeing the defense, kind of weaving in and out, finding his way. A clear lane for him. Nice pick set there by his teammates. Up and in for Sebastian. 6-0 Dayton Raiders. These guys work hard. They love to play ball. They love to practice, and you can see it on the court now as they're dominating these Docs. The Docs may know their way around a rehab center, an operating room, but I'm not sure they know their way around the hardwood here. Oh, now there's a nice lead pass up and in. The first score for the Docs with about a minute to go in the first quarter as they celebrate and high five. Meanwhile, none of them are getting back on defense as the athletes are quickly advancing up the court. Kind of trapped in there. He dishes off to his teammate out on the wing, trying to find an opening toward the hoop. There's your wheelchair cam, gives you a view right underneath the basket. The wheelchair cam, a new advancement this year for the MVCC folks, the Miami Valley Communications Council. Just off the front of the rim. I believe that's Christopher, who just had an opportunity to score, but it is followed up by the offensive rebound there by his teammate. High fives along the sidelines for the Dayton Raiders as they are leading 8-2. There's the end of the first quarter here at the Nutter Center. 8-2 Raiders, the disabled athletes who are showing their athletic prowess. There's Coach Joe kind of directing things from his perch. Discussing who's going to kind of come back out here after the whistle blows and we go into the second quarter. Looks like they got their team. Jesse back in the ball game along with his teammates Justin. Oh, an attempt there to kind of move the ball, and the Docs, but they do pick up their errant pass, but they turn it right back over. There is a whistle on the floor. I think the ref is calling a foul on the Docs and going to get the ball underneath the basket. Inbound passes off the hand of your Raider in the near court. So the ball is going to go back to the Orthodox, who certainly need the opportunity. They have not been able to close this gap. Trying to throw it over the top, but that ball is going to go out of bounds, harmlessly under the basket, and go back to MVADA. Kind of bunched up down here at this end of the court, as you can see from the wheelchair cam, but moving the ball up the court quickly ahead of the defense. And weaving in, they got a 4-on-1 here. Jesse looks like he's got an open lane to the basket. He's trying to find his way. Just off the backboard. And the Docs rebound and get into their offense. Whatever that is, I don't know. They're calling it offense. It's only resulted in 2 points thus far. We're here in the second quarter. You can tell these guys are enjoying themselves out there. The Docs convert again. They finally are able to put a second bucket in and have cut the lead 8-4. Still 9 minutes to go in the second. But they still, the Docs just look like fish out of water out there, unable to maneuver around. There's an attempt at a three-pointer off the board. Justin underneath the hoop, up and in with the offensive, cleaning up the glass. Nice play by Justin. Across half court comes the Orthodox from Spinal and Pediatric Care unit at the Orthopedic Center. Wheelchair cam shows that the ball is turned over and stolen. Advancing the ball up the court is Alex. Alex is finding his way on the right wing. Passes. Oh, he tried to attempt, and he actually just missed the shot from long distance. I thought he might be going for an alley-oop pass there for a slam dunk, but couldn't find one of his teammates. The nurses are now asking for mercy. I don't think the athletes are going to even consider that. They want to put him down. They want to take him down hard. Stolen again. Justin moving the ball up the court. Will he even be contested on this fast break? No, but he's not able to convert. Had an open layup and unfortunately unable to put the biscuit in the basket. Just missed on the second try. Third try now going to be up just short. Jesse trying to find an open man underneath. He's looking at himself. Go over the top of the bucket. The Docs grab the board and are trying to get themselves going in the right direction. Painfully slow are they when they're not on their feet. Pass is tipped, but does get through to his teammate. Trying to go long with it and throws it away. The Raiders intercept and try and get back into their own offensive scheme. Dribble takes it right inside the three-point line to Alex. Alex looking to throw it up, throwing for the high bucket, just misses. Once again going for the high bucket, missed again. Multiple opportunities, but unable to convert.
Look at all the green shirts ready to meet the Orthopedic Center.
Jesse going for the steal, unable to get the ball wrestled away. Pass goes inside, but another missed shot. I think the field goal percentage for the Docs is pretty low. Young man tried to make a heroic pass there, but unfortunately unable to complete it. Ball goes back to the Docs. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The Dayton Raiders from the Miami Valley Association of Disabled Athletes putting on a show here at the Nutter Center. Dominating these Docs from the Pediatric Care Center. A few nurses sprinkled in there too. An attempt from the perimeter, but ball dribbles off the rim. Picked up by the MVADA folks looking for a breakaway. Decided mercifully to spin out of the lane, not looking for an open teammate. Taking his time, looking. We're going to have a stoppage in play as we have some substitutes that come on in for both squads. Give some of these athletes a breather and give their teammates a chance to dominate these Docs. Good crowd here. Very supportive crowd. Participating in raffles and 50-50 raffles. Of course, all the proceeds are going to go to the MVADA. Here's another view of that brand new wheelchair cam from MVCC. Gives you a nice on-court view. It's attached to one of the Orthodox chairs as we get a view of the Dayton Raider athletes. You can see Joel is back in the game. Looks like the Docs are going to inbound the ball, and they're attempting to inbound the ball, but throw it away underneath the basket again. I would think their coach is going to have to talk to him about all these turnovers. Raiders will inbound the ball. There is, I think that's our friend Tara bringing the ball up the court, bringing it right across half court. She was able to score a bucket in the first quarter earlier. She's eyeing, wow, looks like Joel's there trying to set a pick, and he successfully gives her a lane. Tara goes around right, aggressively trying to get to the hoop here. Tough angle, and she converts from the baseline. Leading scorer, Tara, for the Miami Valley Dayton Raiders. There's a nice view from her from the wheelchair cam. Now as we take a wide view, you're seeing once again that the Orthodox are attempting to move the ball up the court and attempting to stay in this game, but a feeble attempt as they are down 12-4 here in the middle of the second quarter. Another turnover for the Docs and Nurses. Ball will go back to the athletes. I think we're seeing some team dissension amongst the Orthodox there, and the nurses yelling at one another. Of course, the nurses will take every opportunity they can get to yell at the doctors. There's our friend Sebastian moving it up the court. Looks like he's enjoying himself. He's taunting these Docs with his prowess on the court. Maneuvers his way into the lane, looking for finds his open teammate just on the baseline. Up and in! High fives around as now a 10-point lead. They've opened up a double-digit lead. Have the Dayton Raiders on the Orthodox. Sounds like I'm saying Orthodox with an X at the end, but really, we're talking about doctors and nurses who clearly have no Orthodox style at all on this basketball court. Once again, a turnover for them. Sebastian receives the pass on the transition. Again, he's smiling, having a good time. He looks like Michael Jordan out there, smile on his face. The defense has no clue. Joel is trying to find his way to get a clear lane. He's eyeing the basket. Or is he going to get an assist? He's looking at, kind of jammed up in there with his teammates. Up and in. Shot converted by Joel. High five. He's pumping his fist. I think there's a little trash talk going on out there. Thrusts his hand in the air again just to show those Docs who's boss on this hardwood. An errant pass again by the orthodontic doctors and nurses. An unorthodox style of offense, if pardon the pun. The Raiders are ready to inbound. The ref looks like he's in charge out there. He's not taking any guff from anybody. Oh, it is turned over. It's an opportunity for the Docs. They're at point-blank range. You can see here from wheelchair cam, but they aren't able to convert. And over the head try. I think there was a little too much razzle-dazzle as the Doc ended up on his backside on the court. Trying to advance. The ball is stolen. Up. And it looks like there'll be a stoppage in play. 1:23 to go here. There's going to be some substitutions. Stolen once again by MVADA as they will move the ball up the court. They are ahead 16-4 and dominating this ball game. Minute 20 to go in the half. Whistle blows. And we will have some substitutions.
Could be a little bit of a technical. All right. We're going to take the ball out. Sebastian got fouled by Dr. Kleiner, who is me. Is that what you're saying? Watch yourself.
Coach Yo directing things from the sidelines.
All right.
Tomlin bound the ball for the Dayton Raiders. Little mid-court collision. You can see how crowded it is there on the wheelchair cam and how tough it is to maneuver, but these athletes know what they're doing. See how they find their way into the lane, maneuver, look for the open shot, and just misses the attempt. Ball go back to the doctors and nurses of the fine Orthopedic Center for Spinal and Pediatric Care. Nice bounce pass there. Advancing the ball up the court. The doctors and nurses look for the open shot, and they miss it just off the rim. Clean the glass, try it again. There's the third attempt, but fourth attempt. 50. Got to get. I think those athletes got to get in there and get that offensive, get that defensive rebound because they're giving them too many chances to score here. Yeah, I think after about the seventh attempt, they finally able to convert their third basket of the ball game. That's kind of the way it's gone, though. I mean, it's taken them that many attempts just to convert. They're probably shooting somewhere in the low teens on the field goal percentage. Learning the hard way how hard it is to be in those chairs and be athletic. Little huddle up. 16 seconds to go here in the half. MVADA just designing a play, trying to come up with a play that'll give them an opportunity to score before the half. As you can hear, the words of wisdom from the coaches of the Ortho Docs. Tara, once again, showing her prowess of maneuvering around. She's got great athletic ability in that chair, and she finds an open spot and puts the ball in right at the buzzer. Makes it an 18-6 score here at the halftime. Folks are going to take a breather. High fives, low fives. Fists extended in the air. I think the athletes from the Miami Valley Association of Disabled Athletes and the Dayton Raiders are feeling good about how they're making these docs look like monkeys on the court.
Doctors and staff doing some last minute.
Get ready here for queued up for the third quarter. I'll be right back with you. This is Johnny Vegas calling it for the Miami Valley Communications Council. Tara making a move, once again showing how adept she is moving in the tight spaces. She finds an open spot and scores. Now the Docs are trying to cheat there. That would be called goaltending, whatever kind of basketball you're playing. The basket is good, and Tara leads these athletes. I think she has 8 of their 20 points. She has really showed these other guys. Don't pay attention to the score on that scoreboard. 28-8 is the real score, although it looks like they're spotting the Orthodox and unorthodox 32 points.
Tom makes his way in. Here comes Brandon. Getting around those white shirts. Not a real problem.
I love that wheelchair cam. Gives you a great view of how things are out there on the court. There it is again, right in the lane. That camera is attached to one of the doctor's chairs, and so you're able to see the MVADA athletes up close and personal as they dominate these physicians and nurses. Once again, converting from the baseline. Now we got fist bumps going on. I know there's trash talk out there. Wheelchair basketball, a nice fundraising event here at the Nutter Center for the MVADA. Again, that's the Miami Valley Association of Disabled Athletes. Those are the folks out there in your green shirts, and they are the ones dominating this game. An errant pass once again dribbles hopelessly to the sideline, and the ball is turned over again to the Dayton Raiders. Justin's going to inbound the ball to one of his teammates. Justin from the Raiders. Coach Joe now giving Sebastian a little bit of his call in the play right out there, giving Sebastian some coaching on how to make his move. We are in the third quarter here of this Titanic tilt. 22-8, that's the real score. Somebody's decided to spot those Docs 24 points out of charity. MVADA converts again, point blank range, taking full advantage of the open lane. Docs trying to move the ball up the floor. They actually get it across half court this time, but are being defended closely. They're being harassed. The Raiders are not taking anything for granted. They've got the hands up, giving it all of their effort. Once again, one of the Docs goes down backwards. And there's a nice shot from the middle of the lane by the follically challenged, bald-headed Doc. That would be the 10th point. Pay no attention to that scoreboard. 10th point for the Docs. 24-10 now. The disabled athletes of the Dayton Raiders. Tara moves it up, and she once again puts it up and in. That's 10 for Tara. I think she's only missed one attempt today. She's taunting the crowd as she confidently moves back up on defense. About 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Wheelchair cam showing just how chaotic it can be in the lane. There is an open man underneath, but unable to convert the bucket. Justin cleans the glass for the MVADA folks of the Dayton Raiders and passes it off to Sebastian, who deftly moves along the sidelines, brings it across half court, trying to find his teammates to help him out on maybe some screens or maybe get open underneath, as they have done so nicely all night. There's a great view there. The wheelchair cam giving you a fast break view. The ball is up and trying to go for the big bucket and unable to get it up top. Of course, you got two baskets for these folks. Some of the athletes are able to shoot at the regulation 10-foot rim, and some of the younger and smaller athletes prefer to go at the lower bucket. Either one counts the same if they can convert. You got Docs out there rolling in circles, laughing, and look like they need to be institutionalized, because I'm not sure they know what they're doing. Up and in from point-blank range. There was a hand in the face, so got to give credit where credit's due. Good bucket for the Docs there. Justin wasted no time moving the ball up the court quickly. Well before the full defense is able to get back, although he launched a three-pointer and is off the mark. Ball goes back to the Docs and nurses. But they turned it right back over. Alex passes off. Justin looking for the open man. Underneath the bucket. Alex takes it to the rim, tries to go up high, just misses. Justin kicks it back out. The attempt is made, but just missed, and the ball is tipped out of bounds by Alex. That'll go to the Orthodox. Short hops the ball on the pass. Unfortunately, it bounces over the top of that not so athletic position. And turned over back to the Raiders. The Dayton Raiders move it across half court, moving it right into, and they converted up and in on the big back and the lower basket. The ball went through both hoops. I think that'll make it a 4-point bucket if the scorekeepers have it right, but a great effort there by that disabled athlete. Ball once again turned over by the Docs. This has been their nemesis today. They're just not able to handle the ball. Turnovers galore. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. MVADA disabled athletes, the Dayton Raiders, have been dominating the doctors and nurses of the Orthopedic Center for Spinal and Pediatric Care today. Despite that score, they spotted them a healthy 24 points, so you can see they are doubling up their score no matter how you look at it. Up to the big bucket and in. Nice score by the Raiders, and Jesse talking a little trash, rolling across half court, giving the Docs what for. Orthodox look like they're in, well, some semblance of an offense, although the refs are going to have to, that pass goes underneath. It's a good attempt, but once again, it's going to get, was it turned over, or did the Doc grab up the ball with wheelchair cam, making it tough to see? It actually goes out to one of the nurses at just inside the 10-foot range, but she is unable to convert. It goes off the rim. The ref has made a call, though. The whistle blows. Clock stopped at 1:57. It looks like he did call a foul on the Raiders, and so the ball will go back to the Docs. Ball inbounded right underneath the hoop. The attempt is up twice, 3 times, but all no good. Joel rebounds, outlets to his teammate across half court. Just off his fingertips and out of bounds. Too bad he had a wide open lane there. Could have gone up for the slam. Still seeing a full court press from these athletes, the Dayton Raiders, and you can see it's benefiting them. They're getting a lot of turnovers. Let's see if they can score off of this turnover. Guys calling out their teammates' pass right underneath. Looks like Alex is trying to find his way into the lane. He's up and just short of the hoop, but the ball is cleaned up on the offensive glass. Attempt to get it to Justin, but it's tipped out of bounds and will belong to the Docs. Nope. The ball has been awarded back to the Raiders. The pass comes in and got an open look. Defense covers him quickly, and now he's looking for an open teammate. Justin shoots it up high, misses off the glass, rebound by the Docs. And they advance the ball up on what is their version. I won't call that a fast break. I'll call that a slow break. We're inside a minute here in the third quarter. A nice attempt off the glass, but missed it. Ball goes back, and the offensive rebound is converted. So the Docs do put that one up and on their second chance. We are inside of 20 seconds to go in the third, so I'm sure the Raiders of MVADA are looking for an opportunity to get a quick shot up before the buzzer goes. Inside of 10 seconds. Shooting up the big bucket, up and in. Nice score once again. Just like they did in the second quarter, they're scoring right at the end of the half. That's going to give MVADA 36 points. Orthodox have 40 with a spot of 24, so really they've got 16. But nonetheless, you can see the score on the board as we go to the fourth quarter. I think a few of the athletes are going to sub in here. We're going to see some new faces, some fresh bodies. Time to go over to the sideline and get hydrated if you've been playing during the third and let your teammates pick you up here in the fourth. The Docs are trying to get the ball underneath. And they do find the open guy who shoots it, but misses badly. And the ball is cleaned off the glass by Tom. Tom finds his way across the middle of the court, looking for an open man. There's Joel, there's Tom, moving it into the lane. Bounce passes to a teammate right underneath the hoop. That's our friend Sebastian, who converts assist to Tom. Sebastian with another bucket. Fists are being raised and everybody's cheering. Sebastian, nice job. Cuts this score to a 2-point game. The Docs are trying to find a way to get a shot off, but they've got a hand on the face on them, and they're not getting an open look. There's an air ball. I think that ball is going to go back to the Dayton Raiders of MVADA, and they can tie it up here. Again, the only reason this game is even close on that scoreboard is the merciful scorekeeping. Sebastian inbounds to Tom, and he'll move it up the court. His teammate Joel clears the lane for him.
Green team makes its way very quickly down. Very quickly.
These athletes are working hard, particularly hard today, so they can embarrass these Docs and these nurses. It's all for a good cause, though. The Miami Valley Association of Disabled Athletes, where all the proceeds will go from today's Nutter Center competition. Today's Titanic struggle. Tom trying to get another assist. Hands off to his teammate right underneath, who just misses. Trying to dunk it just on the front of the rim. Tipping. Oh, can't quite get it over the top. There's the swish on the third attempt. Now we are all tied up, 40 apiece. Docs inbound the ball. The Docs and nurses trying to move the ball up. Once again, the ball's off fingertips, and that's going to get turned over out of bounds before they even get out of the backcourt.
Not sure the doctor's going to give that ball up. Tom takes it out of bounds. Very exciting. Made up a 26-point deficit, Devin, like that.
Tom once again seems to be directing Trackett for the Raiders. He's trying to find an open man on the inbounds. Gets it into Joel this time. Joel maneuvering around, looks determined. He's got a nose for the rim. He finds his way right into the middle. Decides to be unselfish and passes it off to Tom, who dishes to Tara, who just misses. A rare miss for Tara, the leading scorer in this ball game. The Docs are all over the floor. They're falling all over themselves. I think the fatigue is getting to them as they turn it over again. Tom picks up the rock, and Joel is moving it. Joel is one determined athlete. He finds Tom in the backcourt as they're trying to move it across, and they might have the numbers advantage here as they get into the front court. Tom hands off to Joel, just off his fingertips. Now looks like we might have a jump ball here. The Raiders come away with it, and they are trying to break this tie. And they do. Convert it up and in. You can see all the guys down there, Sebastian and Chris, supporting their teammate. Ball is stolen again. Tom up the top is bringing around the wing. Now with a 2-point lead, the athletes of the Dayton Raiders are trying to pad that lead, and just off the front of the rim. Ball's cleared out of the... Oh, but it is off the fingertips of that orthopedic surgeon, I assume. He may have good hands in the operating room, but I'm not seeing him out here. All right, the Raiders with the lead and the ball. About 5 minutes to go. Alex dishes unselfishly to his teammate Jesse under the hoop, who one attempt, two attempts, unable to convert. Orthodox coming across with the ball. They are down 2. I'm not sure about that ball handling style. You kind of want to keep the ball in front of you. That was a pathetic shot attempt from the foul line. Air ball. Ball goes back to the athletes of the Raiders, and they are trying to pad that lead. Under 5 minutes to go here in the game. Definitely maneuvers in just off the front of the rim on the big hoop. And the ball will go back to the Docs there. They're trying to do their slow break again. I wouldn't recommend this to any of the other basketball teams in the area. Justin, the master ball handler, eyeing the sidelines, trying to make sure he stays in bounds. He does. Dishes to a teammate who looks for an open man. And they get the ball cleared out of that traffic. Alex looks like he might have an open look at the hoop here. Oh, but he's unable to convert. Turn right back over. Docs didn't even get an outlet pass, for goodness sake. 3.5 to go. 2-point ball game. Long range attempt. But, again, trying to go for that 3-point dinger, but unfortunately couldn't get it to go down. We've got a tight game here. Once again, the only reason that is the merciful scorekeeping and the points that were spotted to these Docs. They miss off the front of the rim, and it looks like Jesse pulls that rebound out up to his teammate Justin, who looks up ahead. Alex has got a clear lane. He's trying to take it all the way to the hoop. Just off the front of the rim. Great attempt. Justin gets the offensive board. He's looking for an open man. He's got a man underneath. Going for the big bucket and just off the rim. Docs are still breathing here, only down 2. Looking for the open lady underneath the hoop as she rolls and throws up a brick. Jesse with another rebound, doing a nice job cleaning the glass all day long. He's looking around, exercising good court vision. Finds his man Justin, who's a perfect inbound inlet pass. And the ball is converted up and in. Justin finally, he's been unselfish all day, takes the open shot and puts the biscuit in the basket. Now it's a 4-point lead and another turnover by the Docs. We'll give the ball back. Oh, looks like we got a little gamesmanship going on there. I think the ref's going to have to take control of this one.
4-point lead. And it looks like there's some Tommy now. Wow.
That ball should belong to MVADA.
Strategy.
About a minute and a half to go here in the fourth, and the ref is he's given that ortho doc coach a little what for on. He's not in charge out there. The Docs are attempting to move it up the floor again.
4-point lead for the Junior Raiders.
And they are down 4.
Nick Childress has the ball and
Shot attempt is short, but they do pick up the rebound. They have another shot. No, another air ball, though. Not even close. Ball's tipped around, and the Dayton Raiders take the possession and outlet the ball with Justin, who's got a wide open look. Nice outlet pass. That's what I call a fast break. Puts it up just off the rim. Jesse picks up the rebound. Backs up, puts it up off the side of the rim. Ball goes back to Tom. And it looked like it went off the bottom of the 10-foot rim and through the lower rim. So that does count for 2. We got about a minute to go. It's a 6-point lead. Turned over again. Looking for the open man underneath is Justin. Up and in. And it goes through both hoops, so that's going to be a 4-point bucket for the Dayton Raiders. 30 seconds to go. Another familiar turnover for those Orthodox. I know they're getting humbled by this experience. Perimeter shot attempt, no good. Outlet pass. They're going the wrong direction now as they turn it over again. And with only a few seconds to go, the ball dribbles out of bounds. The ball will go to the Docs, who are going to try and quickly get off a shot attempt. Nah, that's cheating. Got out of his chair. 6-5. They might get off one more shot attempt. Will they? 3, 2, 1. And up and in. Mercifully, the Docs do get a bucket at the buzzer. But it looks like we have a final score here with the Dayton Raiders of MVADA 50 and the Docs 42. Mind you, that's 42 with 24 points spotted. So this was a blowout. I want to thank everybody for joining us here. Our future games and our future goals at the MVADA include reaching challenged individuals throughout the Miami Valley. We hope to include other programs such as wheelchair baseball, football, volleyball, tennis, track, bocce ball, and swimming. I want to thank all the volunteers and athletes, parents, and all the others who contributed to make our program a success. We continue to reach out to every challenged person with the support of local organizations, schools, and individuals within the community. If you're interested in athletic opportunities in the Miami Valley area, please visit mvada.org. We're always recruiting for junior wheelchair teams, and the junior wheelchair team of the MVADA is looking for new athletes. This team is a competitive team. They compete in the Midwest Conference of the Junior Division of the National Wheelchair Basketball Association. Starting the 2011-12 season, other teams in the conference include teams from Fort Wayne, Grand Rapids, Chicago, and Sterling Heights, Michigan. This year's championships will be held in Denver, Colorado. Players must be under 18 and still in high school. Again, for more information, email MVADA at mvada@ymail.com. Thanks again for joining us, Johnny.